What if the greatest horror in the universe is not aliens? What if the real terror is physics itself? Richard Feynman once warned that nature is stranger than human imagination could ever comprehend. And the deeper scientists dig into reality, the more terrifying the universe begins to look. Because according to modern physics, intelligent civilizations should already be everywhere. The universe is ancient. The stars are countless. Planets exist by the trillions. Yet when humanity listens to the cosmos, we hear absolutely nothing. No signals, no visitors, no evidence, only silence. And maybe that silence is not an accident. Maybe every civilization eventually discovers something so horrifying they disappear before reaching the stars. Imagine looking up at the night sky and realizing that somewhere out there, millions of worlds may have once been alive, entire civilizations, scientists, dreamers, explorers, gone. Not because of war, not because of disease, but because they uncovered a truth hidden deep inside the laws of physics. This mystery is called the Fermi Paradox. The paradox asks one simple question. If the universe should be full of intelligent life, where is everybody? And the more scientists study the cosmos, the more disturbing the question becomes. The observable universe contains over 2 trillion galaxies. Our own galaxy, the Milky Way alone, may contain hundreds of billions of planets. Statistically, life should not be rare. In fact, by pure probability, advanced civilizations should already dominate the galaxy. Some should be millions of years older than humanity. Think about that carefully. Human civilization became technologically advanced in only a few hundred years. Just a century ago, airplanes barely existed. Now humans manipulate atoms, build artificial intelligence, and send machines beyond the solar system. If another civilization had only 1,000-year advantage, their technology would appear godlike. If they had 1,000,000-year advantage, we probably wouldn't even understand what they are. And yet, the universe remains silent. That silence creates a terrifying possibility. Maybe advanced civilizations don't survive long enough to spread across the stars. Maybe something destroys them. And this is where Richard Feynman becomes important. Feynman understood something most people avoid thinking about. Nature does not care about survival. The universe is not designed to protect intelligence. Physics has no mercy. A star can explode without warning. A black hole can erase entire systems. Radiation can sterilize planets instantly. The cosmos is unbelievably violent. But what if the real danger is deeper than cosmic disasters? What if the danger comes from knowledge itself? Throughout history, every major scientific discovery gave humanity more power. Electricity changed civilization. Nuclear physics created atomic bombs. Artificial intelligence is already reshaping society. But every new layer of knowledge also creates new risks, and eventually a civilization may discover technologies so dangerous survival becomes impossible. Imagine a species becoming advanced enough to manipulate space-time itself, to control vacuum energy, quantum fields, artificial singularities. One mistake could erase an entire planet, or worse, destroy the fabric of reality around them. This leads to one of the most frightening ideas in theoretical physics, false vacuum decay. According to quantum field theory, our universe may not exist in its most stable state. What we call reality could actually be temporary, like a ball resting in a shallow valley instead of the deepest one possible. And if that's true, a sufficiently advanced experiment could trigger a catastrophic transition. A bubble of true vacuum would expand outward at the speed of light. Inside it, the laws of physics themselves would change. Atoms would collapse, matter would disintegrate, stars, planets, and life would vanish instantly. No warning, no escape, just annihilation spreading across the universe forever. The terrifying part, we would never see it coming. Because the wave moves at light speed, the destruction reaches you before the information does. One moment you exist, the next moment, everything is gone. Some physicists believe high-energy experiments could theoretically trigger such events, although the probability is considered extremely tiny. But across millions of civilizations, all it takes is one mistake, one experiment, one accident, one civilization curious enough to push physics too far. And suddenly, the silence of the universe starts making sense. Maybe intelligence always destroys itself through discovery. Maybe every civilization eventually reaches a point where its technology grows faster than its wisdom. And maybe humanity is approaching that point right now. Because for the first time in history, humans are beginning to manipulate the fundamental structure of reality. Quantum computing, genetic engineering, artificial intelligence, particle collisions approaching conditions from the early universe. The more we learn, the more dangerous knowledge becomes. And yet, curiosity is impossible to stop. That's what made Richard Feynman extraordinary. He believed curiosity was worth pursuing, no matter how uncomfortable reality became. Even if the truth was terrifying, even if it shattered humanity's sense of importance. Feynman once said, "I can live with doubt and uncertainty." But maybe uncertainty itself is the scariest part of all. Because right now, humanity has no idea whether intelligence survives in the universe, or whether every civilization eventually vanishes into silence. Maybe somewhere out there, abandoned planets orbit dead stars. Maybe alien civilizations once looked toward the cosmos exactly like we do now, wondering, searching, hoping, completely unaware that physics itself was counting down toward their extinction. And maybe, at this very moment, the universe is silent not because it is empty, but because every civilization eventually learns the same horrifying truth. Some doors in physics were never meant to be opened.